5, 6, 7, 8.
Madness.
End of summer madness.
Ooh, I'm excited. All right, here we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Gilmore to Say with Tara and Haley. I'm Tara. This is Haley. Hi, Haley.
Hi, Tara.
I like your shirt.
Thank you. I love this shirt.
I love that shirt too.
This is the End of Summer Madness Festival tee in khaki.
Khaki is the new
color
girl
for us.
Khaki's the new girl.
And she's the new it girl.
She's the new
Quite
it girl.
love her.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a nice muted green, which is perfect for that time that it is right now.
Yeah, it's the end of summer. Yeah, it's giving like summer fall. Camp.
Summerween.
Summerween.
It's that summer fall vibe. It's just like a muted going into fall, still hot as fuck. It's perfect. And I just love this design. This is one of my favorite ones we've done.
Yeah.
If you're on YouTube, you can see it. If you're not on YouTube, go to our Instagram.
Yeah.
It's been available at this point for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Week and a half?
Like week and a half, 2 weeks. Yeah. But,
yeah.
You know, we're recording in advance, so it hasn't been released yet in our time.
In our timeline.
Current time in the past. But yeah, I love it so much. And I'm really excited you wore it today because I finally get to see it. Like I've seen pictures of it and now seeing you wear it, it's just gorgeous. So
gorgeous.
If you want to
Tara
purchase,
actually texted me earlier and said you should wear your End of Summer Madness tee. And I was like, I'm actually wearing it right this minute. Yeah. So
great minds. Good minds. 2 girls, 1 brain cell.
I did say good minds think alike.
Just good, minds. Not great.
Okay, just kind of fine. Relatively similarly.
But yeah, if you guys want to shop our End of Summer Madness Festival tees, you can go to www.gilmoretosay.com. And
that's for sure.
Next week, for September 1st, we will have the return of the Fall Essentials, which if you're with us on YouTube, you can see me. I'm wearing that. So
yeah,
we have what
Fall
we
Essentials.
Currently offer. We have what we will offer in the future.
Yeah, or have offered in the past and will offer again. Fall Essentials and Fall Gazebo.
She
is my favorite of the gazebos. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, of course she is. I love our winter gazebo too. Oh, I love all our gazebos.
They have such
great Easter eggs.
No, but like it's just something about, I mean, it's the season. It's the Gilmore way. Yeah. So like having Rory's ugly yellow backpack, the little coffee, like just all the little bits and pieces of it.
The bits and the bobs. Yeah, it's
true. The bits and the bobs.
And I love that it's coming back on September 1st because that feels, I know that we've had like this debate back and forth, but that feels like the start of Gilmore Girls season, even though it's still summer.
How are you feeling about, because in the past, I feel like I have been back and forth whether or not I want summer to like be into the last breath, like until like the solstice determines that it is indeed autumn. And sometimes I'm like, September 1st, it's fall, let's get going. How are you feeling? Like you want summer to be done away with, or do you want it to last forever?
Oh, somewhere in between. I don't want it to last forever. I love the summertime. And I feel like I have, and I may have spoken to this last year, I feel like I have a little bit of fear going into the fall because fall means winter's coming and winter means dark. And so like I like to savor the light and the sunshine as long as I can, even though fall is my favorite season. And so I have said this before, I will say it again. August, September, October it's the perfect trifecta for me. It is like the trio of months that I look forward to every year. And a lot of people like the Burr months. A lot of people really like lean towards that because of the holidays. And I'm so with you. I love the Burr months too. But
November, Burr month is your birthday.
Yeah, of course. And Thanksgiving and Christmas and time with family. I love it. But the Burr months is when it gets dark. The Burr months is when it gets a little sad. And so for me, I love to bask in August, September, October, and whatever that means for the changing of the seasons. If that's like a long change, if it really instantly shifts into kind of that mood of September being the start of fall, like the 1st of September, I'll let it tell me what it's going to be. But I am still loving summer for now.
Okay.
And basking in the sunshine. I am ready for a little bit of a cool down. I am ready for all of the things that accompany fall. I'm ready for the fall scents. I'm ready for the sweaters. I'm ready for the jeans. Not quite yet, though. I am like really enjoying and savoring as I said, it was going to be a summer of savoring.
Yes.
Savoring the summer. What about you?
No. Well, I think that's very fair. I think that's very you too. Like you were a true summer ween girl. Like,
I really am.
The fade of summer into fall is really
where I thrive.
Yeah. I actually can't decide because it has been very, very hot this summer. But it's also been really kind of not super too hot lately here in Georgia.
It truly has
like
been
in the 80s.
Really nice.
Chilly.
Yeah, a chilly 80. I have loved that though. I've really loved that it's been super mild the last couple weeks. And so that has put me in the spirit of like, oh no, you can stay. You can stay August.
Like sitting outside, reading, having your iced coffee, not like sweating your entire, like every inch of your body just coated in sweat. That's not my vibe. But I feel like we're getting into that time. Like normally August is sweltering here in Georgia, but it's not been. It's
June
also
and
because
July
I've been
were
back
sweltering, which was so weird.
So fair. I actually was sitting on the back porch eating my dinner the other night and I was like, oh fuck, Tara should have been here now.
Exactly.
When like the sun is setting and it's like gorgeous, beautiful.
No, I know.
And I think I'm like kind of fine to slowly dive into fall.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think we have a very strange relationship with fall, the two of us and this podcast, because we have been thinking about fall since June, despite the fact that it's hot outside.
Yeah.
So it's like we've been plotting and planning fall for quite some time, but to actually like go into it, I do feel like it's that same slow summer thing of like we'll just slowly immerse ourselves into this thing that we've been building for months and months. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I feel like I've had a good summer thus far, but I am, I did come across my sweatshirts I was organizing the other day and I was like, I miss you and I forgot about you. I'll see you soon, guys.
Yeah. See you soon, guys.
Like I was excited for them because I had on a summer sweatshirt because it was really cold at my house the other day because the air has been broken. It keeps going up and down too high. One day it'll be 85 degrees in the house and the next day it'll be 69.
Love.
So I had my little summer sweatshirt on and I was like, cute.
I know.
I can't wait to wear my ones with like the winter gazebo on it. So
yeah. But that's why I kind of like I said, the August, September, October trio is because you kind of never know what you're going to get. It's a mixed bag. It's like, you don't know if it's going to be a fast wean into fall or a slower one, or if it's going to be exactly
fast wean,
a fast wean or a slow wean, or if it's just going to be a wean, a regular wean.
Yep. That's what we're pushing here.
Goldilocks.
Regular weans.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess I could if I wanted to get what you were saying.
But she doesn't want to.
But I've decided no, I don't want to get it.
No,
so.
I just think that it. No, I just mean to say
entirely
that I am down for whatever the seasons, like whatever Mother Nature wants to hand over. I still think that August, September, and October, you can't go wrong with those 3 months. Yeah, it's just gorgeous, beautiful. I love the fade. I love the passing of the torch, the holding of the hands. I love that we get ushered into fall in these next couple months. And so I'm going to bask in it, whatever that may be.
Love. I actually feel like this is a really good time to change. I know we're talking about back to school next week, but I feel like there's something that's like, because we spent so long in school as kids that our mind really molded to that idea of like starting back to school, like setting new goals, getting new notebooks, that sort of thing, which we can talk about next week. But I feel like this is a really good time to set goals and to lean into that and fade into your fall self.
Yeah.
But I'm just excited for Gilmore Girls season. But
that's the thing is I'm really ready for Gilmore Girls season. But at the same time, there's something about it that I want to savor it always, but it's the 25th anniversary of Gilmore Girls. And we've been talking about that for years on this podcast. So the fact that it's here, I'm almost like, oh, I don't know if I want it to happen yet.
Wait, I'm not ready.
I don't know if I'm ready.
And it's going to be like kind of like a killer fall, really.
Yeah.
Because like it's like 25th anniversary of Gilmore Girls, new Taylor Swift album. Like this fall is for the girlies. Like this is for us. And so I kind of feel like maybe like I want to slowly march into it. I want to get there really like slowly lean into it. Like have my slow summer into fall because I know that I'm going to live with like excitement in my body every single day. Also, I'm coming to New York to see you
in the fall, like in the peak.
We're going
of
to
fall,
Ann Arbor
in the height of fall.
I know. I don't think we've ever been in New York in the fall together.
Ooh, which is going to be so fun.
Are you Harry or Sally?
Oh,
You're
I'm Sally.
I'm a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I'm not that angry. I'm his sweater.
I was going to say you're Hallie, but you're Haley. So it kind of works.
So close. But I'm so excited for that. We're going to Ann Arbor for Stars Hollow Saturday, which is going to be so much fun. And we hope that you all come the last weekend of September. And I just feel like it's going to be such a good fall. It's my 33rd birthday. Like,
oh, yeah.
Oh my
Your
gosh,
double golden birthday. It's a good year.
I'm so excited. I'm sending out invitations soon.
Oh, fun.
They're like mostly going to my niece and nephews.
Sure. That makes sense. You said nephews plural just now, and I was like, nephews.
I know. I did ask if they could stay up late past their bedtime for my party, and because I'm gonna have a Haley's New Year Eve party, and I did get permission, so it's gonna be like a stellar fall. Oh my gosh! Now I'm so excited for fall. Can I tell you something? A secret.
Tell me a secret.
I've been drinking my coffee with pumpkin creamer.
Okay, we talk all the time about how September 1st is like still summer, but we consider it the first of fall. Do you know how many people August 1st happens and they're like, all right, fall, let's go. Not just department stores, not just Michael's Crafts. Like I'm talking about people.
I'm talking about humans.
Human beings are
the
like
humans
August 1st.
Behind the Michaels.
Here we go.
Michael
Leaves,
himself.
Pumpkin. Yeah, exactly. So I don't judge. I don't judge. We listen and we don't judge because listen,
I will say
fall
it's
is
the
a
best time to
state
go to
of
Home
mind.
Goods.
Oh, yes, it is.
Is in August.
It smells so good in there. They're gearing up for fall, so you can just walk in.
If you're going in fall to Home Goods, you're shopping for Christmas.
Exactly.
So for real.
So
like,
August,
you've missed it already.
They're already like prepping you. And I went into Home Goods the other day because I'm shopping for candles for my wedding. If you're with me on Instagram, you know.
You're shopping at Home Goods already for your wedding?
I am slowly collecting things for my wedding. So centerpieces, I'm like slowly collecting. Yes, exactly. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty.
Who's it and what's it?
Not
galore.
Yet. No. No galore yet.
Oh.
Next year will be
no
galore.
Who's it's? No what's it?
Yeah. Those will be galore next year. But for now, I'm collecting, like, I'm just starting to gather. Like a little squirrel, you know?
I liked Ariel better. Rather than a squirrel.
All right, whatever analogy you want to go with.
Seasonally, though.
But yeah, so I went in the other day and I was like, oh my God, it smells like fall in here. It smells so good in Home Goods. And so, yeah, I really, really love that you can, like, people start to lean in August. And then by the time we get to September, everybody's like, all right, let's go. Let's go, girls. Go. Cue, man, I feel like a woman. Yep. Let's go, girls.
Let's go, showgirls.
Let's go, showgirls. Last night, Taylor Swift, well, I guess at 12:12 this morning when we're recording this, Taylor Swift teased on the New Heights podcast that her new album is coming out. GS12.
You know how I actually wanted to start the podcast today is when she turns to him and she goes, we're about to do a fucking podcast.
That really made me giggle. We're about to do a fucking podcast.
I thought that was AI, truly. I saw that and I was like, this isn't real, until I was like, wait, I have those headphones she's wearing.
They're real. It's true.
They're real.
So there's a lot to look forward to for the fall.
To look forward to.
Yeah. But this episode is all about the end of summer.
Yes.
Well, it's not really about the end of summer.
It's not actually about the end of summer at all. It's just end of summer madness. And we have had, like we've said before, when we put things on our calendar, we'll pop something up there. We're like, that's what we want it to be. And as they get closer, we're like, what does that mean? Who planned that? Because I don't know what that actually is. And so thinking about like end of summer madness, because like, of course we have our end of summer madness festival tea, which I'm just so obsessed with. But in remerch, before I move on, we have something coming out like every 2 weeks for the next couple of weeks.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Through September and October.
Yeah.
So like some of it's things that are coming back. Some of it's like revamped versions of things that we have. And some of it's brand new that like so excited about. Like,
I'm
you guys get ready.
So excited for y'all to see the merch that we have planned and just everything we have planned for the fall. We've been thinking about this. You said for a lot, like since June, we've been talking about fall since last year.
It's more, we've actually never stopped talking about fall. It's
We
more of,
never
like,
stop yapping about fall.
executions of things
Yeah.
really started in June.
That's true.
We've been percolating. We've been thinking, scheming,
Percolating.
planning.
Great word. Percolating
Thank
and
you.
scheming. Yeah, you're so
Yeah,
right.
we've been little schemers, little autumnal schemers, if you will.
Yeah, it's true.
Detective magnifying glass. But in this episode, we thought end of summer madness. What does that mean? What is it? Popcorn, pretzels, and beer? Hard to do in an episode.
Yeah.
But we thought about madness, and we harkened back to the bracket.
We love a bracket.
Bracket gate, if you will, from earlier this year. We actually did it last year.
We did it in
Madness.
2023.
Was it? Was that not last
Yeah.
year? No, it wasn't. Oh my gosh. That wasn't last year.
No,
it was 2
it
years
wasn't.
ago.
It was 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So we did May Madness in 2023, trying to find the best man on Gilmore Girls. We were like in the middle of season 3. That makes a lot more sense now. And that is why it went in the direction that it did and why Alex ended up so high. But the bracket gate, if you did not listen to episodes earlier this year, was that before Sebastian Connolly's episode where we made him play the bracket, we thought that we had picked Alex to win. And we were like, you know what? Let's just play the episode so that everyone can have like our little refresher. Wrong. We were wrong. It was Dave. Don't know how that happened.
It
And
was
we were
just
like, oh my
so
gosh,
funny that we were like, let's post the episode so we can refresh you guys.
your memory.
You need to be
And everyone was
refreshed.
like, you guys are dumb.
We didn't listen to it.
We didn't
So
listen to it.
funny.
I listened to the very beginning so that I could edit out for like time's sake because like not timing, but just like the time of 2023 was different than what was going on in 2025. I think we had a merch drop at the time. So I cut it out. But then at the end, I just made sure that it segued nicely. I was like, it was Alex. It wasn't. And so I was like, we should do it again to refresh everyone. We didn't do it in May. May was what it was. It was quite busy. And so I was like, oh, we should do this again for Madness, end of summer madness.
Yeah, I love it.
And last time we did this, Tara made the bracket, and Tara egregiously left out so many men.
Oh, so many men. When we did it again, like when I did it for Sebastian, I was like, Tara, what the fuck? You didn't put anybody on. Who are these guys?
And I can't remember. I think you had 16 guys. Is
Yeah,
that
I think I
right?
was like doing it from a number standpoint to like whittle it down. And
Yeah.
I was like, I understand where I was at, where 2023 Tara was at, but I was like, 2025 Tara was like, you missed so many opportunities to put so many different people against each other for Sebastian to like upgrade it. So
Yeah, especially because of like the way that Sebastian, which if y'all haven't listened to his episode from earlier this year, what a delightful human, like true love for Gilmore Girls. Like the way he talks about watching it with his sisters is just so
know.
heartwarming.
Love
He's
him.
such a fun, funny person. So go back and listen to his episode, see who he chose. But I altered it, and instead of, was it 16 people? There are 24.
love.
I think, is that right? Let me double check. Let me count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I lied. There's 32 people.
Oh,
Because like
doubled it.
I was looking at character lists like of like all of the men, and I was like, oh, definitely have to include him. And I was like, oh wait, but I also have to include him. And then so it then became of like, who am I pairing together? I need to pair together people who have like similar sentiments felt about them or similar placing in the show.
you know, and that's why in 2023, when I first built this, it was like Lorelai's men against Rory's men instead of just like all the men of Gilmore Girls. So
there is a
lot
little
more
separation
vast.
between Luke, like the Luke genre, the Lorelais, and the Rory genre,
like the adults
Jess
and the
Logans.
teenagers kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't split it so cleanly from either side. It's more of just like main men, and then we go down with more of like the side characters.
Love.
I did leave some out. I did have to like go back and forth on like who I would select.
Yeah.
But would you like to see it?
I can't wait for this. I have been
Yes.
like, Haley texted me and was like, don't you dare look at it. I was like, I wasn't going to because
like,
I love a
should I
surprise.
change all of our passwords so she doesn't look? And I was like, no, that would be way too hard to undo.
That'd be kind of insane. But yeah.
Yeah. So if you are listening to this, we will try our best to communicate this bracket via audio medium. But if you're also on YouTube, you can see the bracket.
I was going to say, this might be a really good one if you guys are joining us via audio platforms, Spotify, Apple, etc. This might be a good one to pop over to YouTube for, at least at this point in the episode.
Yeah, but also feel free to just continue listening, and we'll
explain
be sure to continue talking as we do. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
I am quite excited for this.
As am
I will go through and read everyone on the left side, the 16 men. And we have Luke versus Chris, Richard versus Jason, Max versus Alex, Kirk versus Bootsy, Taylor Dosey versus Mitchum Huntsberger, Michelle versus Caesar, TJ versus Jackson, and the Town Troubadour versus Reverend Skinner.
Whoa. Okay.
On the right side, we have Jess versus Tom the Contractor.
Are you kidding me? All
Some
right.
of this was, as you know, was geared towards Tara. Dean versus Marty, Logan versus Dave, Tristan versus Zach, Brad Langford versus Brian, Gil versus Maury, Jamie, Paris's boyfriend from Chilton, versus Doyle, Paris's boyfriend from Yale, Asher,
Paris's other boyfriend from
Paris's other boyfriend, Asher Fleming versus Hanlon Charleston, the headmaster of Chilton. And that is our 32.
Holy
men.
shit. Okay, before we start, I just have to applaud you because this was really well curated.
I thought so
pairing
too.
these people.
And the pairings. I moved some of them around at various times. Like I had Caesar versus Brad Langford because I was like, oh, they're both Chilton, because we see Caesar at the dance, Roy's dance in season 1. But I was like, that doesn't really fit who he is like in town. So I kind of, and like Michelle is kind of like Lorelai's sidekick at work. Caesar is Luke's sidekick at work. So I kind of tried to do it like that.
Totally. Okay.
Yeah. Where would you like to start?
Oh, girl. Maybe. I don't know. I guess let's just start with the top left.
Yeah.
Let's just start with, let's go back to the beginning. We love to do that.
Let's go back.
Because for me, this first one, Luke versus Chris, is easy. It's Luke.
It's
Luke.
I mean, that was the thing is like, I didn't even want Chris to go very far. I like knew you weren't going to like Yucko Central.
Well, here's
like,
what I'll say is that like we're in the midst of watching at this point. And when this airs, because we haven't yet aired our second half of summer. But spoiler, if you're with us on Patreon, like I think Luke is being kind of a yucko, and he is in the second half of summer. Some of the things that he says to Lorelai and like the way he behaved in season 7, like I'm not a huge Luke fan right now, if I'm being honest. If I'm in the early seasons, and you and I have talked about this, if I'm in the early seasons, love him. Yeah. But Brett and I are also in the midst of season 6 and like not loving him very much right now. So,
but we're also in the beginning. We're also in the middle of season 1 for our next phase on Patreon, and like,
also
just like that
so
time.
Cutie, love him.
Like
but yeah, no matter
in
what,
Leavenworth Snow,
he's still going to just raise the bar for me, especially up against Chris.
Especially against Chris, isn't it?
So moving on to Richard versus Jason. This is a very interesting pairing you've chosen because in a lot, like they're two very different men.
Very different.
I'm sorry.
Associates.
I'm inclined to pick Richard, even though I would love to put Jason and Luke up against each other. But I think for me, it's Richard. We got a deeper glimpse into his life, into his world. He's more of a main character for me. And I'd like to see Luke and Richard go toe to toe.
Head to head. Toe to toe. Either one. There we go.
Okay.
What a pairing.
Max versus Alex. Also a very interesting pair. And also two people who... Do you feel like they get compared to each other a lot? I feel like Max and Jason get compared to each other a lot, but not Max and Alex.
Jason. That's the thing is like, because when we did this the first time, Alex made it really far because like at the time in the episodes that he's in before he just like completely disappears and moves to Forks, Washington and is never to be seen of or heard from ever again. He was a really great fit for her. He was funny. He was patient. He really got her sense of humor. He like responded in kind. Even when he took her fishing, he booked like a spa trip or something like that for her. Like he just got her. And like he was a single father, like was working with co-parenting. And like for all intents and purposes, I was like, this is such a perfect guy. Worked at owned a coffee shop, was opening one, took her on an espresso date. Like, come on. So I think that like Alex was like actually such a good foil for Luke because he basically was like elevated Luke.
Yeah, so fair. But we truly did not get the glimpse into his life that we did with her other suitors. Like we got so much more depth from Max. And the reason
Alex has Dave syndrome.
He does,
he's
but not even
near
close.
Dave.
Not even close.
Yeah, but it's that like we never saw anything of his real life. It was really only the interactions with Lorelai. Which,
I so agree.
It's true of Max, but I feel like Max, we got deeper with them.
Yeah. And so for those reasons, I'm going to choose Max. I feel like we got a better glimpse into him and his character. And though I would love to choose Alex, I don't know enough about him to really make, in my opinion.
That's fair. You're wrong, but I will allow it.
Thanks. Would you have chosen Alex?
I would have chosen Alex, yeah. Okay. Some people are yuckos, and he does give me the ick, that Max.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. Kirk versus Bootsy. This one's easy for me. Bootsy.
Is it? Oh my gosh. You think really that Bootsy is better than Kirk?
Well, I just enjoy him as a character more. And
the question was, who is like the better man?
That's fair.
One of my favorite lines from Bootsy, other than his turkey burgers, which people would be disappointed if you didn't give us a Bootsy impression in this episode. But I just love in the revival when he is arguing with Taylor about the whittling, that like you can't fake whittling, like production value matters.
Yeah. Listen, the thing is that these two could both annoy me as like, you know.
Bootsy never annoyed you.
No, but I just mean if I spent more time with them, I would probably be more annoyed by Bootsy. And it's just
Bootsy
so funny.
Would be your best friend.
I love Bootsy. I don't know.
He'd bring you magazines.
I'm going with Bootsy.
Okay, perfect.
I'm going with Bootsy.
Also, I will mention this, that Tara and I didn't notice this when we were recording the first episode of Summer recently, that Tara had one of my favorite flubs of all time. That when
I didn't notice in real time.
Only upon like I didn't notice it at all. Like our editor didn't even make note of it in any way. But I was like, did my brain just flip those letters when she said that? But she was talking about Bootsy's newsstand, but she called it Newsy's boot stand.
Blew right through it.
I was
like a stop sign.
Cackling in my bed alone.
So funny.
For so long that I had to send her a voice memo about it. But Newsy's boot stand, the boot stand in Stars Hollow.
So moving on to Taylor and Mitchum. This was a really good matchup because they're both
annoying.
Well, yeah, but they're
essential.
Both great and horrible in several different ways, and
very different ways.
Different from each other.
Difficult. Yeah.
I'm inclined to say Taylor. A, because we know more about him, and B, because a lot of what we've seen of Mitchum has been a lot of the bad stuff. So,
well, I would say we know more about Taylor, but we know enough about Mitchum.
That's fair.
Do we need to know more?
Probably not. Like, Taylor's an antagonist, but Mitchum is really positioned as the villain in Rory's story and Logan's story. So I'm going to say Taylor. I think that Taylor has more integrity than Mitchum.
Yeah. I honestly think he's the better man. I think that I think that the thing about them is they both value the big picture. Like Mitchum really has like a set plan for everyone around him. And so does Taylor. The difference is that Mitchum like invokes a level of fear that people follow along, and money and power. Taylor can easily be turned down by the town. Like,
so real.
One comment from Patty and they're donezo. So I think that he he cares about all of these people, but like they have like the same kind of end game for what it is they are trying to control. But I think ultimately Taylor cares in a better way.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So real. Yeah, I think so. I don't think his intentions are always honorable. He can be very sneaky and manipulative. But
yes.
Yeah, up against someone like Mitchum, I think Taylor is still going to win out.
Yeah, Taylor just seems harmless compared to
Big Bad Mitchum.
That fight scene.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, like the worst that Taylor really is trying to do to Luke sometimes is just like decorate his diner.
That's fair.
He's not sending his son to London against his will.
Moving on to Michelle and Caesar, you know, this is also one of those tough times where I feel like Michelle has been more of a focus and we know a lot more about Michelle than we do about Caesar. But at the same time, who's the better man? I feel like Caesar's heart is softer, it's kinder, whereas Michelle's is a little harder.
Yeah. It's got a molten center, but you got to get through a lot of hard chocolate first.
A lot.
Whereas like Caesar's is melted chocolate.
Yeah.
Inside, like just free floating.
I'm going to choose Michelle because I really want to put Taylor and Michelle up against each other.
Ooh, okay.
Because those are also two characters that are very complicated.
They are. I really thought we were about to say Caesar. I was going to choose Michelle.
I was going to.
Just because I really feel Caesar is really just such a good person.
He's a good person.
But I don't think we know anything about him otherwise.
Yeah. We don't know about his home life. I guess we don't really about Michelle either. We only see him at work.
We only really hear about his home life when they actively, in the revival, make him gay, that they would never have done in the original series, or like kept denying that was the fact, and they finally just like gave into the fact that is what that character was. So I think that's the only time we actually learn about his home life. We know he loves Celine Dion. We know he has a love-hate relationship with his mother, but we don't know anything about Caesar other than when Luke isn't there, he likes to eat from the pie tin and listen to
and sing Under the Boardwalk.
Tequila. Or Under the Boardwalk.
Yeah, but I take back what I said before, that we don't really see Michelle outside of work. We see his friendship with Lorelai. We see, him outside of the workplace, just not at home. It's not like we get like a solo perspective on Michelle.
And I think about moments specifically related to Tobin, who I almost put on here, but I ultimately didn't, because I almost did Michelle Tobin.
Wow, great.
I just felt like it would have been insulting to Michelle himself.
I agree.
That like when his friendship is challenged, he tries to rise to the occasion of like, he gets very jealous, very possessive. Wait, what is it that when he accidentally rolls Davy under the bed, what has he been calling him?
Truman.
Truman, yes.
Davy? I thought his name was Truman.
I've been calling him Truman.
Hilarious.
So I think that he really does value his relationships, but he would never tell you that.
Yeah, that's true.
It's that really, really small melted center.
So real. So moving on to TJ versus Jackson. This is easy for me. It's TJ.
I know. That's the thing. It's like these do feel like a proper matchup.
If we were talking about seasons 1 through 3 Jackson, even season 4, I think that I would be a little more inclined to say Jackson. Like I would have a tougher time. But for me, like Jackson towards the end is just not it. Vasectomy.
TJ kind of fades into like a version that we kind of like about, but yeah, he's our man. TJ is like, we are nothing if not TJ stands on the show.
Real. That's so real. And then Troubadour versus Reverend Skinner. This is also really tough because I'm trying to take Grantley Phillips and the upcoming episode we have with him out of it because he's such a darling.
I know. I guess that's the episodes in 2 weeks we have Grantley on.
Yeah.
What a gem. What a true gem.
I loved
But like taking him out of the equation and just being the town troubadour, and then like Reverend Skinner, I almost put Reverend Skinner versus Rabbi David.
Oh,
but,
that
like,
would have been hard.
I couldn't do it.
That would have been really tough.
I loved the both of them. I almost put them did duos, like Reverend Skinner, like Reverend Archie and Rabbi David as like a duo against another duo, but like I was like, that's too complicated.
Totally.
So I just went full Reverend Skinner because
I love it. I am going to say Reverend Skinner here because we don't know enough about the town troubadour. We don't know.
It's kind of like the point of him.
It's literally his mystique is the whole point.
Well, the reason I put them up against each other is because they both are very principled about different things. Of course, Reverend Skinner, his religion, and the town troubadour about keeping, like you said, the mystique around what he does.
Mystique is
very
his religion.
True. Yeah, exactly.
So
the
real.
music is his religion. Let it speak for itself. But I love Reverend Skinner. I love when they go on walks, like when Suki and Jackson are trying to get rid of the weed and they run into them, or when they're sitting in the diner or they're breaking the bells and he's so glad.
Hilarious.
Love that. Love that man.
Yeah. So I choose Reverend Skinner.
Love it. Great job. Let's go to the other side. We haven't visited any of them.
All right. We're going to start from the bottom on this one.
Okay. Is it because your two favorite men are at the top?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. I'm actually really excited to start at the bottom over here.
Okay. So we have Asher Fleming versus Hanlon Charleston. And I'm going to choose Hanlon, Headmaster Charleston.
I just put them in the same age bracket.
Yeah. Yeah. This is very in line.
Can I tell you, when I was making this, I, of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see all the photos that are connected to all the pictures. My favorite photo that I picked is Hanlon Charleston's because what is the actor's name? I forget his name. His picture here is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like I almost just want to blow it up for everyone.
His name, Dakin Matthews.
Oh, what
I've heard he's so sweet. Oh,
like look at that.
He's so
Doesn't he just look like an angel? Like
that's
there's
a great
just something
photo
about
of
that.
him.
And I was like, I want to frame that in my home and be like, this is my grandfather.
Yeah, even though it's not.
Even though it's not. It's just such a cute picture of him. Anyway, I'll remove this giant picture of him.
No, keep it there. Works.
This is madness. I said it was madness. Good choice. Good choice.
Thank you. I just don't think that Asher has a lot of principles that I necessarily align with. Given
he doesn't deserve it.
No, not a fan.
Although it would be great to put him against the other winner of the next duo.
100%.
I do think that Hanlon may be more interesting to go up against them.
I agree. And the next duo, of course, is Jamie versus Doyle, Paris's boyfriends. And for me, it's Doyle. I think Doyle can be, honestly, I would say Jamie because I do think Jamie is a really, really good man. But again,
I think he's a good guy.
He's a really great guy, really cute. Like, I
handsome,
loved his relationship with Paris.
Intentional.
But again, we don't know.
We don't know much about him. It's the Dave effect to a lesser degree.
You know what?
But it is the Dave effect. Are you going to change your mind?
I'm going to change my mind.
Ooh, after I already put it up.
Because Brett and I watched Bridesmaids Revisited last night.
Oh, okay. We know what happens there.
Yeah, like
well, if you don't remember,
nuzzling Rory's neck and listen, he's a very stand by your woman until he's not in the revival, and that just makes me annoyed.
But that makes me so annoyed, especially after ATX, which if y'all watched our kind of 10-year anniversary episode and then went and watched ATX, the one thing that came from that is that Paris and Doyle were Paris and Doyle forever.
Yeah.
So
I know. I'd love to say Doyle. I also think his morals are a little skewed, and maybe Jamie's are too, but
we never get to see it.
We don't.
Really, is that he cares too much is his fault.
Yeah. He's a really nice guy.
Really nice guy.
So,
but okay, we'll go with Jamie. I don't know what I would have said there.
I know it's tough.
I could go either way.
I could go either way too, but I just changed my mind.
The matchup that this has created is insane, though.
I know, weird matchup.
Yeah, but let's go to Gil and Maury.
Oh man, this is really tough. I can't believe you did this to me.
This felt Jess and Tom level difficult.
This is difficult because these are two
absolute gems, absolute icons in Stars Hollow like the kindest, most giant people who visit Stars Hollow. Arguably, other than Dean, height-wise, the tallest. Other than maybe like Richard.
So
but
fair.
Just
very dedicated to their marriages. Very
musically inclined.
Yeah. Oh, so real.
Have a specific look. What is it?
Brett, come here. I'm gonna phone a friend.
I didn't say you could phone a friend.
I have to phone a friend.
Is this your lifeline?
I'm gonna use a lifeline on a game that Haley and I are playing on the podcast.
You can only call a feline.
Oh, I can't. I have to call a feline. Okay, yeah. We're doing. This is not a spoiler. We're doing a. I'm coming to the frame. We're doing
a special guest has appeared on YouTube.
We're doing an end of summer madness bracket.
Yes, of course.
And we're pairing the men up against each other.
Yes, of course. Naturally.
She's done Gil versus Maury. Who would you recommend I choose? Tough.
I mean, like, Maury's Maury, man.
But Gil. I'm Gil.
Yeah, but Maury. He's got a fedora.
I know.
But Gil's got long, wavy locks.
All right. So your answer is Maury.
I think in terms of like overall impact and, all around cool guy, it's got to be Maury.
So he thinks that Gil is a loser.
Okay. Thank you, Brett Thiel.
Sugar. Vote for Maury, sugar.
My lifeline.
Your lifeline said Maury and did a Babette impression.
I know.
And called Gil a loser.
No, he didn't.
Just kidding. He just said he was all around cool guy. And that's why I was like, oh, so Gil's a loser.
So is Gil. This is really hard.
They're just like such cool guys they're like, if this was the coolest, they would be at the end, like fighting it out. Do you want to come back to this one? I
need to come back to this one. We need to skip it. I'm sorry. Okay. This is too hard.
We'll put a pause on that one. So the next is Brad Langford versus Brian.
Also a difficult one. But I'm going to go with Brian.
I think so too. Brad needs to...
really love Brian. Brad is great. I wish we saw more of him post graduation.
I really wish he was in the revival.
Me too. But I just love the way that Brian's a really good friend. He's a really good guy.
He's such a good friend to Lane.
He's a great friend to Lane.
And when the babies come.
He's a really good guy. And I wish we could have seen like a really true love story for him. I know that we have like a little Keon moment, but for the most part.
Keon Mackintosh, yeah. No, I also feel like he makes Zach likable.
Totally.
Like his relationship with Zach is what makes me endeared to Zach a lot of the time. It's not his relationship with Lane.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot depends on him. As much as Brad is a great comedic relief, great Broadway baby, but sometimes I'm like, Brad, come on.
I know.
Don't let Paris get you down.
Exactly.
Don't let your bully get you down. And she doesn't.
No, absolutely. So now on to Tristan versus Zach.
Difficult.
In a turn of events, I'm going to choose Zach because I do feel like he redeems himself in season 7, even though I don't know if we consider it lore.
I know. Is that canon for him to be? Because like we honestly loved Zach in season 7, which was like big shock because we were not Zach fans the rest of the season, the rest of the series rather.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you're gonna go with Zach. Final answer.
I'm gonna go with Zach.
You don't want to use your feline.
She's not gonna have an opinion.
It's like a lifeline, life feline. She might.
She could.
I will allow Zach.
And also, like, Tristan didn't give us a lot of promise for him to turn into a good man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely not. Zach really kind of redeemed himself. Like, I know that we have such thoughts about season 7, but where Zach is concerned, I will allow it because it made him a better man.
Yeah, I agree.
And Tristan just like never... He was a teenage boy.
And that's what makes this next pair up a little more difficult because you hit me with another hard one. We're getting into hard territory, okay?
Yeah. I'm actually more interested in the next one, but like
I know.
This one was more of like the beloved nature of it. It's like you were not team either of these guys, but you have an affection for both of them that I definitely have.
Yeah. I think that Dave versus Logan is tough because, as I've argued for several of these, like, we don't get to know Dave too
We don't.
well. We do see a lot of him in season 3.
We actually really only see him.
Yeah, I just mean to say we do see a lot of who he could become throughout the series in season 3.
He has such potential.
And the challenge I face here with comparing him up against Logan is that we saw a lot of Logan.
Oh, we
And
saw a lot of
famously,
Logan.
in the last 2 episodes, we really zero in on what a yucko.
I don't think that that's reached fame.
Could.
Maybe locally.
Yeah, locally famously.
Locally famous.
And locally, we've... Hold on one second. Hi, honey. What?
I don't know, Gil.
Did you hear that?
Did he come all the way back for that?
I haven't picked yet. I know, it's hard. That's a tough one. Gil versus
Brett
Maury.
came all the way
He
back.
just came back and just went, Gil, I don't know, Gil.
Yeah.
I skipped. I have to
it's
come
hard.
back to it. Gil rules
I
too.
know, Gil rules.
They could
Right?
rock
Best part
together,
about
those
it.
two.
I know.
His cover of Holler Back Girl.
Holler Back Girl was really good.
Few times been around
And see,
that
okay,
track.
here's my thing. Here's my
You
argument.
have to talk into the microphone.
Okay, here's my argument. Having thought about it now, is that Maury is like a part of a duo. Mm-hmm. Maury on his own is different than Gil's. You know, Gil as a standalone character is also a very strong character. Maury without Babette, you know, how much do we really get there?
Maybe
Fair.
we should have done duos.
Maybe we should have done duos. Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for coming back.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. It's tough. I'm going to choose Gil for that one.
Yeah.
It confirmed my gut feeling because I was going to say Gil, but had like this tie to Maury. But Brett brings up
Yeah.
a really good point that it is also about Babette.
Wow, we really should do a duos one in the future.
We really should.
Because
I
think that
also
would
want to
switch
take
things
Brett
up.
through this. Once we're done
that
with the
would be
series.
fun.
We have to do this with
Yeah.
Brett.
Wait till you're
for
done.
Valentine's Day. It'd be really fun. Okay. Back to the Logan versus Dave of it all. Famously
Yeah.
locally, as we discussed in the last 2 episodes. Loser Yucko.
Yucko.
So,
Yucko.
Yucko. If we ended it with season 6 or even season 7, I would probably be
season 6.
inclined to say Logan.
Okay.
But I think for this one, I have to choose Dave. After going through the whole series together,
Really?
I have to choose Dave.
We haven't watched Fall.
That's fair. But I think I got to go with Dave. Because I don't
But,
think
like,
Logan
it's
grew
Logan.
into the best version of himself.
Well, no, but it's Logan. You want me to pick Dave? We're picking Dave? What is this?
You picked Dave.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't
Wait
know
a
why I'm
second.
being
Wait a second.
Slandered.
You picked Dave.
No. I'm being slandered on my own podcast.
Okay. Dean versus
Travis
Marty.
Kelce would never do this to me.
Maybe not. But I'm not him.
Dean versus Marty. Yes. I thought that this one was quite hard.
So tough. But I will say, as I kind of thought about it in between thinking about these other ones, it's Marty. It's Marty.
Really?
Dean, when I think about the things that they did and the decisions that they
bad.
made,
None good.
none good, but Marty lying to Lucy about still having feelings for Rory Gilmore is not nearly as bad as having a full-on affair with her, sleeping with her, and
Dean lying about sleeping with Rory Gilmore.
yes, and also coming home after sleeping with her, after basically saying your marriage was over, screaming at your wife for picking up your cell phone when she had her mom bring gummy bear brownies over. And she's
that
trying to
you
make you a
love.
pot roast.
She is trying so hard to make your favorite dinner, which is also Rory Gilmore's favorite dinner.
Right. Yeah.
You're right.
So for me, it's Marty. Even though like he
get
did
mad
some
about that real
really
quick.
shitty things in season 7, and also I feel like he's kind of a pick-me, like nice guy, the same way that Dean is in a lot of ways. It's different, and I don't think he took it as far as Dean from what we saw. And I know that I'm kind of putting different rules on each of these characters because with Dave, we didn't see him.
I was like, wait, then why didn't Logan win?
Because what we saw of him was like bad. And same with Dean.
But maybe Dave went to California and he started a cult and it was not good. Because he was
Fair.
very charismatic.
Fair.
And it did not go well.
You're so right. But we didn't
Wouldn't
see
that be worse than what we saw from Logan?
It's based on what we've seen, though. It has to be based on what we've seen. Which is why I chose Jamie over Doyle. Like, Doyle...
Did I really choose Dave?
You did.
Over Logan? I love drama. I love the drama.
Okay. Here's the big kahuna. Jess versus Tom. Tom, the contractor. The contractor, Tom.
Contractor, Tom.
I love Tom. I love him. I love him. I love him.
End of sentence. I love Tom. We should get you like an I Heart New York shirt that says I Heart Tom.
Perfect.
No explanation. Yeah.
You know what I'm going to choose. It's going to be
We saw
Jess.
his arms.
And it's not just because of his arms. It's because of the growth.
It's because of the rest of him too.
Exactly. It's the rest of his body. It's the growth in his arms and in his heart. So
It's just the growth all over.
all over growth. So for me, it's Jess. I love Tom the contractor. I think he's an amazing man.
He could build you a beautiful future.
Absolutely.
But Jess is going to carry you into a new one.
It's true.
With his arms and
You got it.
change of mind, change of arms.
You get it.
For the better.
So
I'm not Team Jess. That was really rude of you to say.
that was really rude of you to think.
That was
And
really
tell me
rude of you to
telepathically.
be thinking about me as we were talking. I knew it. I heard it. I heard it loud and clear.
Loud and
that you
clear
didn't
from
say
right
it.
in here.
Yep.
The old noodle. Anyway, let's go back to the other side and do Luke versus Richard.
Okay.
This is really difficult
Hard.
because I think that in many ways they are flawed as both partners and parents. For Luke, I think that he's a more flawed partner. For Richard, I think he's a more flawed parent.
He had way more of a chance to be a flawed parent.
Yeah.
Luke definitely had his downfalls when it came to Jess.
For sure. But when it came to
But
April,
in a different way.
I think he stepped up. I think where he fell short is in how he parented April and tended to his relationship with Lorelai.
Yeah.
Because
for
of
sure.
him parenting April, and
But that was more
in turn
as a partner.
Yes,
Yeah.
but that in turn did do a disservice to April because it kind of, in my opinion, puts her in a precarious spot. And we see in the revival him treating Rory as his own, but then putting this divide up still when it comes to April and Lorelai. Like, April's mine.
Yeah.
It's
that
weird.
whole conversation that they have in the revival about the rules or the setup of their relationship that Lorelai made is just really weird.
What I would love to see is how we can compare Luke to Richard as a grandfather.
It'd be so different.
Because I do think a lot of Richard's redemption comes from him as a grandparent, less a parent, and as a partner to Emily, because their relationship is really beautiful. Obviously, it comes with its peaks and valleys.
You know, see, I love seeing Luke as a parental figure, but I just think Richard as a grandfather, I think there's just some people who are made to be grandparents. Like my mom, love my mom. My mom is a great mom. Mm-hmm. My mom was meant to be a grandmother. She was meant to be Kit.
Oh, your mom was destined to become Kit.
Yeah, like we always joke that like she had her kids really young so she could be a grandparent. That's that's just what she's meant to do. And I see that in Richard. Like that's what's the dynamic that's so interesting between Lorelai and Rory, is they have such different relationships with the same man. He just loves Rory. He, like, once they connect in Kill Me Now, is that the right one? Where she goes to the golfing. She goes to the golfing, of course. Once they connect and they have that like similar interests, and he realizes just how, you know, similar to him she is, that's kind of like they're off to the races. And even when he hurts her feelings over the Dean thing and Emily kind of makes him apologize, he feels guilty about it. And the apology that he issues to her, I just like don't think Luke would be capable of that in the same way. I don't know. And maybe because we got to see Richard be a grandfather, I'm just imagining what Luke would be like, and I imagine it to be a lot like Rory's birthday parties where he makes her the coffee cake, kind of grumbly, but also like he fucking wrote "Happy Birthday, Rory" on the balloons with the Sharpie. Like, come on.
I know.
It's just different. It's different.
They're two very different guys, and that's why I say like they fall short in both their relationship and their romantic relationships, their partnerships, and their parental relationships in different ways.
Yeah.
So I'm going to skip over that one right now.
Okay.
Because I need a minute to marinate. This is a wild pair up. Max versus Bootsy.
I don't even know. They never met.
I don't think they did. I'm going to go with Max on this one. I love Bootsy. Oh my God, but this is a case Bootsy. Where we don't know enough about Bootsy's personal life and the way he tends to his relationships as Max does. And even though I know Max has given the ick to you and many others, I do think Max is a good guy.
Yeah.
Not that Bootsy's not.
No, so fair. So fair. No, I'm actually really surprised he made it that far. Mr. Max Medina. The next one is interesting.
Also an interesting pair up.
Dosey versus Michelle.
Two very antagonistic characters, two characters that are very complicated, two characters we suspect might be part of the LGBTQIA plus community, and they answer to that in two very different ways in the revival.
Michelle is like, I would say Taylor is more of the plus, very much question mark there.
Mm-hmm. But I'm going to say Michelle.
Okay.
And why is that? Taylor has... I know that Michelle has a tougher exterior.
Taylor has... I was like, do you want to fill in the blank?
I know that Michelle has like some selfish tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that Taylor's a little more manipulative.
Okay.
And I see the way that Michelle shows up for his partner, Frederick, in the revival. And how he's like, you know what? I don't want a kid, but my partner wants one real bad. And so I'm going to fake it till I make it. And I did. And I'm going to,
of course,
like, be nice to these kids. And I'm going to offer them lollipops. Who here is little? I'm little. Give me a lolly.
I'm little.
Actually, you know
I just listened to that. I just reviewed that episode. I'm little.
So cute. But with Taylor, I just think he's a very, like, even though he cares about the town, and when I think about the episode in Tippecanoe and Taylor too, when he's eating the ice cream or the whipped cream.
He cares so much.
He does, but there is also a lot of ego attached to it. And Michelle has a big ego as well. And he is always like thinking about what's coming next. We see in the revival, he's like, you know, really going back and forth on leaving the Dragonfly for more money, more opportunity. He wants to grow. But I think that that's a more natural reaction. That's a more natural instinct, rather, to have than Taylor, who I think is always thinking up ways to not necessarily make the town better, but to make it more of what his vision is. And Michelle is doing everything he can to stay by his friend's side and say, like, I want to stay here. Please expand the Dragonfly so I can run a spa.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can't. And he's like, then I have to go. And I'm so sorry. I've like held on as long as I can, kind of a thing. And I just don't see Taylor doing that.
I agree. I think that Michelle is honestly a better friend.
I think at his core.
in
he's a
his
better
own
friend.
little way, in his own Michelle way.
And to be fair, we've never seen Taylor show up for anybody as their friend per se. He is always a public figure in the town.
Yeah.
And even though he does nice things for certain people, there's always a catch. There's always a mutual benefit. And so I just
Yeah,
haven't necessarily seen Taylor show up as someone's friend.
Oddly, I mean, not friend's the wrong word. He does feel very generous with Dean, because Dean always talks about how good Taylor is, that he like gives him extra work, like that sort of thing, like he's a good guy. But I just think that Michelle shows up for his friends in his own little way, cares in his own way.
And again, there is ego attached to that. Like you brought up Tobin before, when
100%.
he like babysits for
so
Suki
much,
because he just wants to like be better than Tobin.
And he's so mean and he's so vain.
So vain. Oh,
what's the point of living if you can't bag Jennifer Lawrence?
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
But like, also some of the best lines come from Michelle.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
if you're going to be mean, at least be funny about it.
Yeah. And then we have TJ versus Reverend Skinner. And hard because like Reverend Skinner in and of himself is a good man. Like, you know,
good.
Yeah. But I got to pick TJ here.
Really?
TJ for me is just like, you know,
he's our man.
He's just not a thought behind those eyes, you know?
But I think that's the thing about him in season 4 that we found that we loved so much. Like the basis of TJ is so interesting, and he really challenges Luke when it comes to Liz, because he fucking loves his girl. Like TJ is a Liz girl or a Liz guy.
He will go to bat for her, and he will, you know, he'll do the same for his daughter. And I know we don't see that, but like we don't know a lot about Reverend Skinner's personal life outside of his friendship with the rabbi and the way that he kind of shows up for the town in like the ways that he has to because of the role he plays in the town, you know? So it's a tough one, but I got to go with TJ.
I don't blame you. Perfect.
I'm going to scooch over to the other side because I still need time to think about Luke versus Richard. I just do.
Okay.
So let's go to Jamie versus Hanlon. Hanlon Charleston versus Jamie.
Jamie, Paris's boyfriend from Princeton, versus the headmaster of Chilton.
Which is it, Tara? I'm going to go with the headmaster from Chilton. I'm going to go with Headmaster Charleston.
Really? Because his picture is so cute.
Yeah. Put it up again.
Wait, I'll put it up again. I don't mind.
He's just so
Look at that. Look at that angel. If we're going based on photos, honestly, this angel
wins every time.
We have to just like post a photo of him with no contacts on the grid. Just him, just his face.
Maybe
like a couple hearts around it.
I know that he has some moments where he's like a little bit of a puss, like he's a little uppity,
a little elitist,
but like this is the portion where I have to kind of be like, okay, we don't know enough about, like at this point, I haven't seen enough about Jamie to know what kind of man he turns into against this person who we also, you know, we get snippets of, but on the whole, we see Hanlon Charleston in the revival, and I love what he offers Rory.
I love it. I mean, he's kind of a hard ass in school. Like, won't let Rory take the test.
Yeah.
Or take the test, rather. That when he, the whole Puff situation, he does let Rory off after her little outburst.
Yeah.
Bringing Paris and Rory into his office. I mean, I guess he has to handle disputes like that.
Yeah.
It just remember Paris having like an aside of like, of course it has to be about boys. So I don't know, but I know it's him. It's just this photo.
Yeah.
But with Jamie, it's like,
it's tough because with Jamie,
he
I'm
got
like
broken up with on his birthday.
You were really gracious about a lot of things, at least from what we saw. But at this point, I saw more of Hanlon Charleston. I saw more of the man he becomes. I got to go with him.
Or the man that he continues to be, rather.
Correct.
Because, like, look at that face.
Look at that archangel.
Look at that face. Okay, I'll take it down.
This is a tough one.
Just leave it up the whole time.
Yeah, you could.
Oh,
this is a tough one.
Interesting.
This is Brian versus
Hep.
Gil. Hep versus Hep. And it's interesting because we're about to get Brian and Gil and then Dave and Zach against each other. So just like truly the members of Happy Alien, past, present, and future.
That's so true.
Brian versus Gil.
I know the answer. Sorry.
It's Gil. It's Gil for me. It's gotta be Gil.
Brian.
I love Brian so much.
Citrus adverse Brian. Like, what a guy.
What a guy.
But Gil, I'm Gil.
I'm Gil. I just love him.
He makes subs. He's
a good dad.
Rocks.
Like,
he's a dad. He is a hot wife. Like,
yeah, like he's always talking about his wife. And like, even though he's on the road, he's just like, and a musician where there's probably a lot of temptation. He's like, fuck no, I ride for my wife, like, and my kids. And I love,
like,
I love
about
him.
A wife man. Like,
yeah.
Gil and TJ.
Yeah. That's going to be a hard matchup. If we get there.
It will be.
So
if we get there.
Dave versus Zach, for me, this is, I could apply the same rules to that I did for Jamie and Hanlon.
You could also apply the same rules that you did for Dave and Logan.
That's true. Because like by the time we get to a year in the
disdainfully.
life. I know. By the time we get to a year in the life, I'm just kind of like, Zach is whatever. Like, okay, you're background noise. And I think that
he is background noise for sure.
It sounds like he and Lane are good. Dave all the way.
We ride for Dave.
We ride for Dave.
Like, in honor of Maya and Hunter, we must ride for Dave.
And with Jess and Marty, it's Jess every time.
Whoa, I didn't even realize where we ended up there. There's no competition.
There's no competition. It's
Jess Mariano.
Well, for some
versus
people,
Marty, last name we don't know.
Yeah, Marty ? Marty naked guy. The thing is that like a lot of people out there might say that this isn't a no-brainer, that it is Marty because they don't like Jess. But I'm sorry.
No,
for me,
really? Okay, I need to know who you are. I need to know who's picking Marty over Jess. Not for any bad reason. I just need to know who you are, and then I need to know everything about your life.
Yeah,
and how you got to this point.
And now we go back to Luke versus Richard.
We really torn. Can I phone a friend again?
Who's your friend? Do you have any more?
I have no more. I thought he left.
He did. I'm going to text him. Text a friend?
Oh. Text the same friend? Is that what we're calling your fiance now?
Yeah. Earlier today, I called him buddy, and he was like, what? I said, come on, buddy.
Who?
And he was like, okay, friendo. And I was like, don't ever say friendo again.
Kid?
Yeah, he was like, okay, pal, let's go. I was like, I don't know. All right.
No, just trying to be fun.
Okay, let me tell you where my head is at.
Okay, do tell us. That's what we actually want to hear.
My first instinct was to say Luke, because I do think that just like a knee-jerk reaction, Luke versus Richard, Luke.
It's fucking Luke. Like, it's Luke. Like, no explanation needed.
But in my heart, I kind of want to say Richard.
My heart also says Richard. My head says Luke, but my heart, it says property of Richard Gilmore.
Yeah. His photo, he also looks like an angel.
Oh my God, doesn't he ever? Let's see if we can pull it up. I might have used a different one. Oh, nope, here it is.
There he is.
What an icon. We have to do a whole episode on Richard. Like, look at this angel of a man.
Yeah, no, we definitely do. I think, though, that like for me right now, I just finished watching, or we're in the midst of watching A Year in the Life. Brett doesn't even know any of these things. He's never seen this.
That's so true.
He's not through the series. So at this point, he's still in the midst of season 6. I, too, would probably say Luke at that point.
Yeah.
All right.
This one's really hard. I think this is actually the hardest one.
I think it is, too. Okay. I'm going to say Luke, and I'm going to say Luke to put him against Max Medina.
Okay. Fair. I understand.
I'm also kind of thinking about these matchups ahead. Like, you know what I mean?
That's so fair. Let me take you. There were so many men, I had to do this on 2 pages. So let me take you to the next page.
I just feel like Richard. Okay, wait, hold on. Go to the last page.
We went too soon.
Because I was just
wanna
about to
change your
say,
answer?
if Richard had another child, he would tell Emily right away. But Richard lied to Emily about Penelon Lot. Which is
did.
more egregious? Lying to your wife for
Almost 40 years.
almost 40 years about something and lying to your fiance for a few months.
I just think
And
that's
then
really
not
hard.
marrying her even after you get back together and blaming her.
Well, here's the thing. When he lied about Penelon, that led to them splitting up. They were going to get divorced. That was it. But then they were like, you know what? We literally have to be together. And they just moved on.
You're right. I want to flip it around.
We're doing a flip?
We're doing a flip.
We're losing Luke?
We're losing Luke.
We're
going to
ditching
Richard.
Luke?
We're ditching Luke for Richard.
Wow.
You're right. Roll it back.
Okay.
Because Richard handled that. Richard and Emily handled that better.
Okay.
Right?
I mean, I think that they communicate better. Like, if we're talking in terms of like better men, I mean, I don't know that communicating necessarily makes you a better man. I think that Luke shows up for Lorelai in a way that Richard just doesn't know how to, but also in a way that like Emily wouldn't necessarily respond the same way to the way that Luke, if Luke was showing up for Emily the same way that he showed up for Lorelai, I don't think she would be into it. I don't think she would care about having an ice skating rink. But he also had that like opinion of her in season 6 that like he didn't want Rory to be like her.
Right.
But then also we have to remember that Luke yelled so rudely at our girl Lorelai. So mean to her.
I mean, Richard's been rude to Emily in the past as well.
I know, but not yelling at her in the street. I mean, he only just ran into her car because he loved her.
Well, no, I'm thinking like early seasons presenting Lorelai Gilmore, talking about how, you know, all she does is plan frivolous parties.
Well, that's season 6 too.
Yeah, that's fair.
She was going to buy a plane, but they worked it out.
Ugh, this is so hard. I oscillate back and forth between both of these men.
Would you like to move them together?
Is that an option?
Hey, we make the rules.
This is our place.
This is our place. We make the rules. Because, like, honestly, you could just move them. Because I think that this is the better matchup versus Max. Like, Richard and Max, Luke and Max, we know who wins. We can move the two of them and just kind of, they can be Max.
All right, do it. Do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it, friends.
It was an interesting matchup to see like Luke v. Max and Jess v. Dave. I don't know why they get like similar energy.
Yeah. For some reason.
Yeah, let's do Luke versus Richard, Jess versus
Okay.
Dave. We'll just move them together. And I'll face this conundrum in about 5 minutes.
I know. It's like we're really just delaying the inevitable here. We're not really fixing anything at all. Okay, let me move him here to be with his pal, Richard. I'm just going to kind of lay him right on top.
No, you can just move Luke and Richard and get Max out of here.
Oh, you want to just get rid of Max entirely?
Yeah.
Because I just moved them together.
But how am I going to do that?
You can choose from all three of them.
Oh. All right.
So it's like now the matchup is Luke, Richard, Max.
Sure.
And you have to choose from all three.
Okay.
But we can do that one last because this is the wildest, like, final 8.
I know.
9 if you include that duo.
So
because we've got Jess v. Dave.
Yeah.
Gil v. Hanlon Charleston. Hilarious. Michelle v. TJ and Luke, Richard, Max.
Okay.
V each
So
other.
for me, this is kind of easy. It's TJ.
Okay. Instead of Michelle.
Yeah. Love Michelle. But for me, I just think that TJ, I think it's TJ.
We love TJ. This is a TJ podcast. We've actually Gilmore to TJ.
Exactly. We're going to change our name come next year.
Yeah.
Gil versus Hanlon. It's Gil.
It's Gil.
I'm Gil.
type Gil. As much as like this cutie angel just brings us the most joy. Like
Just being on his forehead. I'm screaming. Oh my God, that's so funny.
I don't know why the layering on Canva created that,
That's
but like
really funny.
honestly, I just like that angel. As much as we love him, we do have to go with Gil, of course.
And Jess versus Dave is also tough. When you think about the two of them in the era that we like have Dave in season 3, honestly,
yes, when they're contemporaries.
Yes, when they're contemporaries, I would personally choose Jess for my heart, for my 15-year-old self. I think that
But
like
objectively,
Dave is the better guy. But because we see who Jess evolves into, it's got to be Jess.
It's got to be Jess.
It's got to be him.
It's got to be Jess. For sure. No, I totally agree. I think it's just because we fall off on Dave. If we had seen who Dave became, I would be more inclined to move Dave forward. Which is a lot of growth on my behalf because 2 years ago, Dave won. And now he's getting left behind in the final 8.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah. Okay.
Now we've just delayed.
We just delayed the conundrum. I am so oscillating between Luke and Richard. And like every time I choose one, I want to choose the other. I want to justify the other because you bring up a good point that Luke is the kind of person who, though he shows up in really great ways for his partner, Richard is a little more vulnerable when it comes to sharing his feelings because Luke can be really like dismissive, as can Richard.
So can Richard.
God, I now want to do like a Luke and Richard parallel episode because they are parallel in some ways, like hiding secrets from their partners and like having moments
the idea of them
conflict
as like fatherly figures to Rory, but also the differing relationship that they have with Lorelai and Emily, the different relationship obviously they have with Lorelai, like how they parent their daughters, how they deal with secrets they've kept.
Yeah. I know.
Fascinating. Let's save that one. Someone write that down.
Mm-hmm.
Someone on set, write that down.
Someone on set.
Someone on set.
But
I just looked at myself in the mirror.
The other thing about it is that like seeing a Luke versus TJ pair up at the end here would be really cool. Because it would be, but
okay. How do you think our besties would think about this? Because we're having a hard time with Luke and Richard because now it turns out we have to have a whole episode about these two men because of our deep feelings for them. Stay tuned for early 2026, I imagine. But how do you think our besties would fare? Like if we threw up a poll right now and it was Luke v. Richard, who do you think would win?
Luke.
I think Luke would win too. Because like, not that I think that you gave zero thought to it, but I think we're thinking about it too much.
Yeah, we are thinking about it way too much. It. Okay, let's put Luke in there, and I just want everybody to know that I thought about this really long.
Oh, we really heard
long and hard.
They heard
the whole thing.
Yes, they did indeed hear. Now this is very interesting. Little final 4 we have here.
Yeah,
Luke v. TJ. Mm-hmm. Jess v. Gil. The wildest fairy on the right. Could you imagine it? We had to choose Gil. But could you imagine it being Jess
versus Hanlon Charleston?
Like in what universe? In what universe?
I'm dying. Okay, here's the thing. Is that these two. I love Gil. I love Jess. The thing about Gil is that we meet Gil at a very interesting point in his life. Whereas part of the reason that I find Jess to be such a good man is because of the growth he went through. And I don't know what Gil's growth was.
We didn't see it. I imagine Gil went through a considerable amount to get where he was, but we didn't see it.
I could see Gil going through a phase just like Jess is. He's a musician.
100%.
He's out on the road, like kind of going through that
on the road,
angst.
feeling lonely and so cold.
Yeah, exactly. So
I imagine him meeting a woman then and his wife being like, you better get your fucking act together. And he actually ends up being a really kind guy.
yeah, I could see them having similar journeys. So that's what makes this really tough.
Is Gil older Jess? I'm Jess. Oh, man. We know what the answer is.
It's Jess.
It's Jess.
Who's that girl?
Who's that girl?
It's Jess.
Jess.
This is tough. This is really tough. I'm already oscillating and feeling like I should put Richard in here. Richard v. TJ would be very interesting. But Luke v. TJ is also equally as interesting. And
The thing is about the two of them, I don't think that Luke is a wife man. I think that he's a Lorelai man. But like, I think that's different.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but like, I don't think that he defends Lorelai in the same way that in the same way that TJ would defend Liz to someone else. Like, I find that, especially in season 6, he won't stand up to Anna on behalf of Lorelai. TJ 100% would.
Oh yeah, TJ would break down the door.
He would totally ride for Liz. But like, when Luke is with Lorelai, he's a Lorelai man. Like, he doesn't want to go fishing. He wants to hang out with her. He wants to do things that she does because he likes being with her. But I don't think that he defends her and stands up for her in the same way. Personally, I think that he does a lot of acts of service, but I think that it really exists within their relationship.
So you're saying TJ?
No, I'm not saying either. I'm talking on our podcast.
If it was up to you, though, who'd you choose?
Who would I choose? It isn't up to me, though. Why would you ask me a question I asked you?
I'm phoning a friend. We're on the phone.
I'm not your friend.
You're not? What are you?
No. I'm your business partner.
I'm
Howdy,
phoning
girl.
a partner. Here's the thing, is that what I kind of want to do here is I want to put Luke up against Jess and put it on our story and see what the people say.
Ooh, okay. So we're not going to have an answer here.
We're not going to have an answer. We're going to leave y'all on a cliffhanger, and we're going to put this up on our Instagram story, because I would be inclined to absolutely agree with you and say that like TJ v. Luke, I kind of am inclined to say TJ is the better man in how he handles his relationships, how he shows up for his partner, etc. We did get more of an insight into how Luke handled his relationship, maybe from a less close lens as the one we get with TJ and Liz. We would find Luke and Lorelai to be a little, I don't know, if you zoom in on Liz and TJ, would you feel the same way about them? Who's to say? But I find Luke and Jess.
We're also, though, forgetting TJ as a person, like the Mystic Hammer. He believed it.
Well, does that make him
put
a
a
bad
hole
man?
in the wall.
Yeah, that's fair. He's not a very self-aware person.
He's a bit of a kooky
Kooky
character.
bird. Yeah,
He does use an Etch-a-Sketch.
he does.
Unironically.
It's true.
So,
But I want
there's
to know
elements to this
what
band
the
that we
people
can't
say.
dismiss.
Totally. So in choosing Luke, I want to know what the people say about Luke v. Jess, and we can reveal
The
our
people
answer.
being y'all. You're the people.
Next week is our back to school episode, but we can start it off by sharing what y'all said about Luke v. Jess in Who's the Better Man?
And we'll have more to reveal on that in the next episode.
Woo!